So you're thinking about moving to the Venetian Islands, but can you really afford it? So the Venetian Islands has some of the most amazing views. It's very exclusive, it's private, it's secure, but there are quite a few things that'll make you think twice about moving there. My name's Amit Bhuta. I'm part of the All in Miami group. I've been living in Miami for 51 years. And during that time, since I've been a real estate agent, I've heard about all the good things and bad things about all the areas in Miami, and we're gonna share that in this video with you. In this video, we're gonna break it down into 5 different sections. Number 1, the perfect day in the Venetian Islands. Number 2, pros and cons. Number 3, the cost of living. Number 4, the future of the Venetian Islands. And number 5, Amit's ratings. I'm gonna give you my rating for 10 different parts of the Venetian Islands, and hopefully by the end of that, you'll know whether the Venetian Islands is right for you or not. So this is my perfect day in the Venetian Islands. So this is dream world. We are living in Venetian Islands. We're living in this $40 million mansion, and we look and the views are amazing. The waterfront views are amazing. So since it's the perfect day, and even though we live there, we can't get enough of the views. So it's January, February, the weather's cool. Rashmi and I, we figure we're gonna walk a lot today because we're gonna eat a lot today. So we go down the causeway, we walk down the Venetian Causeway, and we end up going to Starbucks. I don't drink coffee, but Rashmi wants some Starbucks. So after that, Venetian, for those of you that don't know Venetian Islands, and if I'm not mistaken, they're not really restaurants and things to do in the Venetian Islands. You have surrounding areas that you go to, like South Beach, Sunset Harbor, and other areas like that. So we're in South Beach and we're walking around. Our steps are ridiculous. I got my Oura ring. It thinks I'm lying. Rashmi's Apple Watch is charged today and it's actually working, and she's at 25,000 steps. So for lunch, we go to La Legenda, this pizza place. We meet Jimmy and Ryan. It's really good. We do our David Portnoy impressions. And the reason I'm saying that, anything with David Portnoy, the videos rank a lot higher. So we're hoping that they're transcribing this video and they're giving us more views. So after this day of eating and exercising, probably eating a little bit more than exercising, we're tired. We go home and we're thinking about watching a movie, but we fall asleep. So the exclusivity and urban energy. So those are definitely 2 different things. Exclusivity is very, very high with the Venetian Islands. There's only a limited number of homes that are there. And since they're so expensive, there are only a limited number of people that can afford to live there. The urban vibe, there's not really any. There's nothing really commercial there. So it's pretty laid back. A lot of times, because of privacy and not everyone that's so wealthy wants everyone to know that they live there, they're not gonna really know you that well. Some people will, but a lot of people aren't. And a lot of these people are in the news a lot. So when they buy a house, you may not know that they bought a house there. Some of the homes that are there, as far as exclusivity, they may be these off-market homes that your realtor has as like a private exclusive that's not on Zillow or anything. So it's a little bit harder to get in, so it's very exclusive. So what are the pros and cons of living in the Venetian Islands? The architecture is amazing. The homes are so gorgeous, and the views are even better. Some of the best looking real estate in all of the world. Another thing about the Venetian Islands, the walkability is nice. You don't really have to get off the island, and you can do a ton of Instagrammable shots. You're gonna be able to see Miami at its absolute best. Another thing is, it's very close to South Beach and many other nice areas of Miami Beach and Miami-Dade County. So there are quite a few things about the Venetian Islands that are great. Another pro is the real estate. It holds its value really well, and real estate has gone up 2, 3, 4 times as much as what it was in the past compared to what it is now. There are a lot of cons for the Venetian Islands. some of the pros or cons. One of the things is because it's exclusive, there's very little inventory. So to buy a property in the Venetian Islands, you don't have that much of a selection that often. And when you do have that selection, people can ask ridiculous prices, and a lot of times they get it. So real estate is extremely expensive. Since you're on this island, it's not really great for hurricanes. It's very expensive for that. To insure your home is ridiculous. Also, you're far from a lot of places. Even though you're close to like Miami Beach and other areas, all your friends and family, if they're not as rich as you, it's gonna take them forever to get to you. They're probably not gonna visit you. So it's very difficult like that. And your insurance for the home. I mean, if you can afford to live in the Venetian Islands, you probably aren't gonna worry that much about insurance, but you probably still will. Because if you're spending $100,000, I would think, on taxes, and if you add in insurance, it's probably more than that. It's a ridiculous number. Another con of the Venetian Islands is the accessibility. There's only 2 places to come in and go out, and it probably needs some work there as well. So the Venetian Islands is one of the primest, if I can say that, locations in Miami-Dade County, and probably in the world. The views are spectacular, especially at sunset. You're gonna see probably the nicest stuff that you'll see. And even if you catch it on Instagram, it's not gonna be as nice as in person. So the privacy and security of the Venetian Islands is very good. Because there's only a couple places to get in and get out, thieves are a little bit less likely to want to break into your home, unless they're your neighbors and breaking into your home, and that would just be like crazy. The architectural features of the Venetian Islands are really cool because there's so much money and people have basically an unlimited budget. You're seeing all different types of homes being built, from modern to traditional to everything in between. So the quality of schools on the Venetian Islands, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think there are any. So you're gonna go to surrounding areas. So it depends on where you go. The resilience to weather for the Venetian Islands isn't that great. I mean, you're an island and there's water, you're surrounded by water. So I'm sure these homes are built very well, but whenever there's a hurricane, if I was living there in my make-believe part that I was, I'd probably evacuate. So how much does it cost to actually move to the Venetian Islands? So I'm gonna break it down in a few different ways. So right now, there are 97 properties for sale in the Venetian Islands, but the majority are condos. If I break it down to single family homes, there's only 38. And to make this a little bit better, most people that are moving to the Venetian Islands aren't moving there because of the condos. So I'm gonna bypass that. I hope that's okay. I'm gonna bypass that because the people that are really moving to the Venetian Islands are moving there because of the single family homes. So there are 38 single family homes. So what I'm gonna do, a few different things. One, I'm gonna show you the least expensive home in the Venetian Islands. And it may include a townhouse because sometimes realtors put the wrong information, but a townhouse is fine if it's in the Venetian Islands. And so the lowest price, the highest price, and then the average price, what it costs. We're gonna go over a few different listings. We're gonna see some pictures, some descriptions, and I think you guys are gonna have a lot of fun with this. So let's start. So currently, there are 38 properties for sale. The first one is 689. I'm gonna bypass that one because I think that's probably an error. So the least expensive property is $2.75 million. Let's take a look at what that is. So this property was built in 1940. It looks like it was updated since then. Again, it's $2.75 million. This is 5 bedroom, 3.5 baths. It is, the lot size is 7,500 square feet. So it's not that big. An acre is 43,560 square feet. So this is much, much less than that. This is, what else can I tell you about it? The remarks, I'll read some of the remarks. Located in one of Miami Beach's most coveted neighborhoods, this property offers a rare opportunity to create your dream home in a quiet, picturesque setting. So they're selling it based on a creation of the future. So this is definitely not waterfront. The address is 621 West Delito Drive. Let's take a look at some of the pictures. Looks like a very quaint home. It has a swimming pool. House looks updated actually. Has a nice kitchen, tiny swimming pool, tiny yard, nice wood floors. They made the most of this home. It's a nice looking home, but you're not really maximizing the money in the Venetian Islands with such a small home because the land is so expensive there. Okay, so that's the least expensive one. Let's take a look at the most expensive one right now. This will be fun. For this one, I'm going to get into the taxes and everything else because these numbers are pretty high. So this one is $38 million. It's 126 West San Marino Drive. This is 7,800 square feet. So I guess less than 5,000 a square foot, but pretty high. This is a Compass listing. Let's see who has the listing. Milty is the listing agent, so that's nice to see that. This home was built in 2018. The lot size is 15,750 and direct ocean access. Again, built in 2018. Let's take a look at some of the pictures. It's a beautiful home. The view is spectacular. You can see Zaha Hadid's masterpiece, 1000 Museum. It's where David Beckham has a property in the penthouse, even though he has another property, a single family home that he paid probably 60, 70, 80 million on North Bay Road. Yeah. This home is, for my perfect day that I mentioned with Rush Me and Me, this is the home we're living in. It's beautiful. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to look at these photos. Okay, I've gone through 21. They're 40, but I want to go through some more. It's a beautiful home. It's gorgeous. This is what you get for 38 million. Let's see how long it's been on the market. 244 days. They started off at 39 million. Okay, so I'm going to say something bad about the listing. If you have a listing at 39 million, say you're a buyer, right? Forget you're a seller. And you look at a home for 39 million and you're like, I like it, but it's overpriced. Then you get a notification in your email and it says they reduced the price. If it was 39 million and you didn't buy it, same home, and they reduced it to 38 million. Are you going to put an offer? Hell no. That did absolutely nothing for your motivation to buy the home. What it does is it hurts you actually. That person that looked at the home for 39 million, if they were thinking about putting in an offer, all of a sudden when they lower it by $1 million, they think that, oh, the seller's not very flexible. Maybe I shouldn't put an offer on this home. So whatever. Sorry about that on my rant, but Milty sells a lot more real estate than me, but I guess at the end of the day, you can only do what your clients do. If they told me to reduce it $1 million, I'd say let's not, because it's going to hurt you. Okay, so 38 properties, actually 37 because the first one didn't count. So let's go to number 19. Let's see what you can get average in Venetian Islands currently. So this property is 12.5 million. You know what? I forgot to tell you what the taxes were on the other one, but let's just say it's close to 2% of the value for the new person when they buy it. So it's going to be like 700,000 a year in taxes. So sort of a lot. So this one that's 12.5 million. What do you get for that? 4 bedrooms, 4.5 bath. Says the house was originally built in 1959. It's 3671 square feet. The lot size is 13,500. It's fully renovated, mid-century modern masterpiece. So this home, the 12.5 that you're paying for it is because of the view. The view is really, really nice. The home is decent, but it's probably too small for 12.5 million. There's 40, there's Ronnie. There's 41 photos. I'm going to share with you some of them, not all of them. It's a beautiful home. But if you didn't see the backyard being the waterfront view, there's not a chance you would think this is a $12.5 million home. You'd think at most like 3 to 5 million. So that's the average price home. So that's what you get if you want to move to the Venetian Islands in a single family home. So what does the future have in store for the Venetian Islands? It's just going to get more and more expensive and more exclusive. In 2016, 9 years ago, I went on a listing and it was $8 million. Now that property is probably close to that $38 million property that I shared with you. So it's going to get very, very exclusive, very, very expensive because there's only a limited number of homes there. But what's also going to happen is because there's so much money there, the infrastructure is probably going to improve a lot. The seawalls, the water drainage, probably to get inside and to leave the Venetian Islands is probably going to improve. The elevation is going to be much better. So Venetian Islands is pretty much going to be better and better and more expensive in the future. So this is Amit's ratings. I think by the time you finish watching this, you'll be able to know whether the Venetian Islands is right or wrong for you. So daily life and vibe, probably a 6. You're pretty far from a lot of other places. The energy is sort of low there, but it's so relaxed. So I definitely like the vibe. Location and prestige, it's an 8. The prestige is a 10, but the location isn't that great. You have to get to a lot of places that I like. Again, these are my ratings, not your ratings. To get to like Pinecrest, Kendall, South Miami, Coral Gables, it would take forever. So that's definitely not that great. Waterfront living and views, it's 10. Some of the best views are there in the Venetian Islands in the world. Amenities and lifestyle. There are no amenities there. There are some condo buildings, but for the most part, no amenities. The lifestyle is okay, so I'd say a 5. Privacy and security, a 9. The privacy is very good. People going in and going out, they have to pass by a certain area, so the odds of people stealing from you are a little bit worse than other places, and you're pretty secure as well. Architectural features, an 8. You see some amazing homes there and all different types of architecture. Community engagement and local interaction, probably a 3. I think most people are private. They're moving there because they want to be private, because it's exclusive. So I don't think too many people are going to like the same PTA meetings in your neighborhood. Cost of living and real estate, a 1. It's very, very expensive. you know, the values will go up, but you have to pay to get in. So it's not that great. So green space and outdoor living. There's not that much green space, but the walkability is really fun and nice for Instagram. So probably a 7. Climate resilience. If it wasn't such a wealthy area, I probably would give it a 2 or 3. But because there's so much money that can improve it, a 6. So those are my ratings. So that gives us a grand total for the Venetian Islands of 63 points. Going back to the top of the charts, Pinecrest is in the lead with 82 points. Next is Coral Gables with 74, followed by Coconut Grove at 73, Edgewater at 65.5, Brickell at 65. We have a tie between Fisher Island and South Beach at 64 points. At 63 points, we have another tie, Key Biscayne and Venetian Islands. And in last for now, because we're doing more videos, we have a tie at 60 points, South Miami and Palmetto Bay. Going back to the Venetian Islands, I've been going to the Venetian Islands. I guess the best way I could put it, it's one of the nicest places in the world, but I've been going to the Venetian Islands since the properties cost about 20 times less. Make sure to check out the Venetian Islands. It's an amazing place. So you're really interested in the Venetian Islands. You're just like me. So because of that, we created over 20 articles, a neighborhood video, and a ton of information. And make sure to click on that link in the description to get to that. And while you're doing that, you might as well subscribe, hit that notification bell, share, like, and do everything that we ask you to do because you're a nice person.